just talk the entire time.
Hello, and welcome to a special edition of Command Protocols. We're doing a Canoptek Court tier list. It's been a while since we did a tier list. We couldn't agree on which tier list to do next, but we're going to do Canoptek Court because it's going to be the easiest one, right? All the Canoptek Court units at the top, the rest at the bottom. Thank you. Let's go home.
That's the video. We'll see you guys in a
Cool.
bit.
How are you doing, Matt? How are you?
How
you
am
good?
I doing? I'm doing grand. I would have been doing better if you didn't steal my thunder again and do the intro. But here we are.
Let's get this man a tissue, somebody. I'll
I
put his
know,
address in the
I'm
comments.
feeling ill anyway.
You can get him some.
I've already got a tissue right prepped.
We don't want to know what that's for.
Well, it's for wiping my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, how have you been since the last video that we took? Definitely not in the same clothes.
I've been good, thank you. Yeah, I've done a lot.
Yeah, we've got to change shirts this time.
I've done a lot since we last spoke. I have. I've been channeling my inner Cryptothralls Court, basically.
That's it. Yeah, he's been debating taking them to an RTT. I said I'd rather die, and because I did it for a while, convinced that it was the counter to Star Shatter. Little did I know that Necron Warriors were the counter to Star Shatter all along.
Yeah,
imagine if I just played Necron Warriors the whole time, and how well I would have done.
Well, I imagine I never played them. I didn't play them in the index, so
I did. I just stopped playing them, and I just never tried them again. And anyway, we're on Canoptek Court. I'm waffling.
Yes,
so
Canoptek Court tier list.
Here we go. Boom. All right, I've not labelled the tiers because I've been lazy.
Yes,
what should we call the tiers? Because this is going to be something exciting that we can put in.
Well, normally we do this beforehand, and we spend about 20 minutes arguing over.
Yeah, come on, it's going to be. We can do something super good.
So which tier is I own it? Okay.
T is S is the highest tier, which is the top one. For some reason, it's red.
So B will be I own it. Okay, right?
Yes, B is always I own it. Okay.
Yeah.
I own it. Okay. A is S can be Orican. He is the master Cryptek.
I thought Serraz was the master Cryptek.
No, Serraz is Serraz.
I mean, he's bigger.
Serraz can go in A.
So C tier is you've got no power here.
Is Chronomancer.
No, you've got no power here. Come on.
You've got no power here.
Yeah.
And then D is Trazan's ballsack. How about that?
That's fine by me because Trazan's going to go there to start with. If you can spell it. This is how prepared we are, everybody.
Look at us. We didn't just jump straight. Oh, I just did the thing. Ball sucked, that almost looks like. And here we go. So, what we're starting with, you can pick first.
Trazan. Let's just get him out of the way.
Trazan. Wait one moment. Good Lord, what is going on here?
Yes. So
okay, we've done it. Prepared. Trazan, yeah. For some reason, I was picturing that only Crypteks would be in this. All right, so Trazan.
In fact, let's read it. I don't like Serraz and Orican as the names.
All right. Well, what's S then? Hey.
Max power. Max power.
Power. Unlimited power.
Unlimited power.
Over 9,000. There we go.
What?
We're getting there.
I don't get that reference.
It's a Dragon Ball reference. How do you not?
Dragon Ball. What's that?
I've never even watched it. Yeah, Trazan's Dragon Ball. There you go. Okay, and then we've got
if you're going to do that, then it's got to be Dragon, as in Draggin.
No. And then B can be
volume 13.
11. Up to 11. There you go.
Right. Anyway, so Trazan is Dragon Balls.
Yeah, he's dragging his balls. He listens to Radioactive.
Do we need to explain why he's bad, or have we done that enough times now?
We've done that too many times.
Okay, next.
I'm going to pick... Dun, dun, dun. Imitate.
Have we got the... we haven't got the special ones where we have multiple locus, but we know that shit anyway.
No, it won't be too bad in this
one.
So
Imotech, I own it okay?
I mean, the strats are pretty good, but you don't really see them in that many lists with them. They're not good where you need 2 CP good. like every turn. They're not like 100-point investment good.
I mean, if you're running Immortals, I can see you running him alongside them. Full rerolls to hit on his staff is quite nice.
Yeah, but an Overlord is surely better.
But again, you guaranteed a
Free
CP.
strat,
Thing is, you've got the auto divinator, haven't you, for 10 points?
auto advance.
Which
Yeah, but
is
then it's 110 points for an extra CP.
no. I mean, the auto divinator is the enhancement, which 10 points. If they gain a CP, you gain one. So that can be
Yeah,
okay. And you're playing
There's
Canoptek
two
Court,
up.
so you're probably doing some
Yeah,
fine work.
I think he's good, but he's not like needed.
Okay, so Obelisk,
Obelisk.
you have no power here.
Oh,
I don't
might be
think
on
it.
the
I
bottom.
don't think it's the worst one because it can move about on terrain because of the size and shape it is.
But is it doing anything?
It's shooting things, and it's most
It's
important.
moving slow
Slowing
as
things.
fuck.
It's slowing
Are
things.
you going to be putting it in a list of
No, but that's why it's got no
Canoptek?
power.
Well, that's why it's trying as ballsack because you're not because you're not going to be putting it in a list. If power here is like, yeah, I might put it in sometimes. As like a vault would be there
So
because a
when
vault
we
is like, yeah, I
when we
put
do
that
our
in.
6v6, when we do our detachment game,
Oh yeah,
we're going to have an obelisk in something. It might end up in Canoptek Court.
it's going to be in hypercrit for both of us. Let's not lie. If we're 100% pointing there, let's put that there and not even mess about. And then I'm just
Oh
going to jump straight in and put the vault, and that goes there
well,
or there
there have actually been
or
some
there.
tournament winners
Yeah,
that have been playing the vault. I
like the
think it's
vault's just good,
I
man.
think it's Ionet okay in this one.
It
Like it
is. The
doesn't
vault is
benefit
just
from the
good.
strats, but I don't think it's a model that you put in 1 in 5 lists. Like it's yeah.
It's just a good. It's just a good model. It just does
Okay,
stuff.
okay. So Doomsday Arcs, they're still over 9,000.
They're
They,
just in.
they're
They're just
just
in the team.
the only shooting platform that we have is actually good. So it's got no.
Yeah, and you know what? People might be thinking, "What? Well, I want to run triple Doomstalker, but because they get the full rerolls to hit and the Overwatch on fives, yeah, they're cute, but they're not as good as the DDA. They're not doing as much damage. Their strength isn't as high. They're a bit cheaper and they do benefit from the detachment, but even then, they're not that good, really.
Yeah,
DDA is just doing more work.
your choice.
My choice is going to be the Doomstalker.
Okay,
And it's
where
going to
you
be
put
up to 11. It's good, but it's not like over 9,000 good. It is still good. Like they are still that's the only place they're good. They have to go above C tier in something, and this is the thing. So this is why
I
they get.
still think they're over 9,000, and this is the reason why. On paper, the shooting looks really good. They have to honor and respect that shooting, even if we both know it's going to do nothing. The other thing is, Overwatch on fives is actually quite nice. They can pick up a couple of Terminators in Overwatch, and again, it has to be respected. The other thing is that it's cheap for its platform. It's relatively cheap for its platform, and it's relatively durable for its price. But for me, you're not really killing things in this detachment. That's not the whole point of this is to control the board, come up with things, use Wraiths to move block and stuff, and then you want a bit of shooting at the back lines, and the Doomstalkers kind of do that well enough, and they do benefit from all the rules because you step one out, they shoot it with the first tank, they take 6 damage, they line up the second tank, you go, well, I'll loan up it, and then they've done nothing with the first tank essentially. So I'd still put them in my list before the Doomsday Arcs because, well, I also want to play with my models, and this is the only detachment I'm ever going to run them in. So, what do you think? Have I convinced you enough?
I mean, they are good. They're cheaper, and they do. They can loan up and stuff. It's just the.
If I haven't convinced you, that's fine.
No, I think they are good. They're just. I just thought it was on the cusp of. You wouldn't run them in every list, but I can see them being in
I
a
mean, I
lot of
always
lists.
start my list with 3 of them because I still want some shooting.
Yeah, yeah, they are the thing that this is the place they're good. Right. Let's just get
Uh,
down to the
my
nitty gritty.
my choice, good sir. I'll go with the Doom Scythe because we know where that's going as well. That's the Night Scythe, or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Next.
Yeah, it's just not good in this detachment. It's not. It's just a fucking thing. It doesn't benefit from anything. It doesn't. It's just a too. It's too expensive. I just don't
yeah.
respect people that play them.
Yeah. Okay.
Dominion. Let's get rid of the more shit ones. Boom. As we were saying in the last episode, they can't actually be bloody deployed anywhere
Uh,
on UKTC.
you're playing Canoptek Court, so you might be playing a lot of Immortals or
There is
Warriors.
no way in hell you are ever paying 60 points for one of these instead of flayed ones or another unit. You're just not doing it.
Don't
It's not
know.
happening. No, that is a lie.
Fine. All right. Let's
You
go.
don't even try to convince me to bloody beat it or beat it. Like it's not even close.
Reanimate it.
Reanimator, where's
Over
that
nine.
going for you?
Over 9,000.
It is pretty damn good.
He's cheap enough and he's resilient enough with the Feel No Pain that I use him predominantly as my action unit.
You can reactive move him. You can loan up him. Wowza! And he gets rerolls.
Yeah.
And he's
So
actually not. His shooting's not even terrible, really, with rerolls.
when
So
he's 6-2-1,
6-2-1, yeah.
it's the load up's probably the main reason I use him for actions because not everything is going to get within 18 to shoot him, and he can usually survive the first activation. So if I get recover assets, he's the thing that I probably want to do with at the start. That isn't like a hex mark,
Yeah, he's good. He does his thing.
and he benefits from the rest of the army as well.
Hmm.
Like he helps them out. Okay, your next choice.
My next one is going to be the first ever Catan, and it's going to be the Nightbringer.
Yeah,
And I think he goes there because he's not necessary. He's not in every list, but he's really good at helping defend the Wraiths.
yeah,
The Wraiths. The weakness of the Wraiths is that they can get tagged with a vehicle and just tied down for the rest of the game, and or like something else that's durable, or something that even threatens the Wraiths. So the Nightbringer is just good to help get rid of that issue.
yeah.
When I was running Canoptek Court when the book first came out, I was running 12 Wraiths and 2 Catan
Hmm.
because the Catan would like follow the Wraiths and just the Wraiths would go on an objective and chill, and then if anybody tried to threaten the Wraith, then you just have 2 Catan there just ready to go.
Yeah, so the original list I think was 18 race, 3 Catans, right?
Yeah, but I was running 2 squads of Immortals and triple Doomstalker, so
Yeah.
and
Okay.
obviously the Immortals back then used to be insane.
I can agree with the Nightbringer there. I think the Void Dragon, I'll pick that next. I think he goes top of C tier. I own it okay. I think he's the third choice Catan in this detachment, personally.
Third.
Third choice, yeah.
I really liked him. When I was playing in Annihilation Legion, he really did help.
He does, but I think the
Him being
second
only stroke
Catan
12 is a bit disappointing.
I think the second Catan is going to be the Deceiver.
We can just do that now. We can just do all the
And that's
Catans.
and that's because the redeploy on the 6 infiltrating race is actually really strong. His OC is really strong, so he can just go off by himself with OC6 and stealth. So he'll survive a bit better than the Void Dragon. Um, and he's not quite as good in offense, but we're going to be running flayed ones on the infiltrating race, so being able to redeploy them is really strong. You stick them in a line in front of their deployment zone and just go nope, and then you can redeploy them afterwards, and that's really really strong for being naughty. Or even if it isn't race, even if you do it with warriors, like you can string 20 warriors out in front of their entire deployment zone, and
Yep.
they literally can't infiltrate anything anywhere good, and then you can pull them back if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So
Definitely.
that's why I think he's above the Void Dragon.
And the Transcending Catan?
Probably last out of all of them now,
Yeah.
actually. Because he can't advance and do anything. Like he used to be able to advance in action, which was
Yeah, that really disappoints me.
yeah. And he's also not as good in combat as the Void Dragon. He's probably the same in shooting because he's got an alright gun, but it's still less shots than the Void Dragon. So yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. You can pick another one if you want.
All right. Praetorians.
Where are they?
Middle bottom.
Oh, yeah. I think they have no
They
power there.
they are they're cheap upgrades for death marks in this attachment. That's it. They don't really do anything else. They don't gain anything.
Yeah, they're just dudes.
They're just dudes.
And they don't teleport in this one.
Okay. Next.
I will go with the heavy constructs,
Uh-huh.
and I think that's just not got any power. It's not a Canoptek heavy construct, so it
Yeah.
doesn't get any rerolls. And classic. And then it's
Yeah.
it's just a dude. It's a big thing. It's hard to move. Got no access to rerolls or anything. It's just a
Yeah.
guy.
It's just a guy. Okay, so let's do the Technomancer and we'll do the race at the same time, I think. Absolutely over 9,000. Probably the number one unit, right?
Yeah, it's the reason you play the detachment.
I think
Um,
so.
people, you rarely see a Canoptek Court list that doesn't have 12 wraiths to begin with.
Yeah.
And then, it's a choice between if you want 18 or 12 and so on and so forth.
So it started off at 18, then it went to 12 when the price went up quite a lot. And they're still pricey, but when you combine them with the reanimator as well and the reactive move, if they come really close, you can do mortals on the reactive move. And they've got loan up, so
Yeah. The rerolls, the loan up, yeah, like everything. It's really, really good.
and Technomancer being part of that squad means that you can also heal your Catans as well. So, like you said, you had your Nightbringer running around with them to help protect them. Well, if the Nightbringer gets targeted, well, he could heal the D3 at the end of the turn, at the end of the movement phase as well. So, that's a really nice unit to have too.
Yeah, for sure.
Next, mate.
All right. Let's go with the monolith. And it's just going to be down at the bottom again.
On this one, I can
I mean,
actually
you
see it
might be able to, but
in
it's just
higher
so
end.
hard to
Okay.
move.
Yeah, but on UKTC, you don't have the strats.
UKTC,
You don't have the strats, so yeah,
yeah, where are you deploying it?
it's rubbish. It's only good with the strats when you can pull them out, pull them
Yeah,
take a shot, or you can pull
it's
them
just
and you can charge.
it's just a do. It's just not good in any detachment really. That's not
Okay,
hypercrit.
so let's go with the spider, middle top.
There we go. We got it.
I really want to put this in over 9,000, but I think this is up to 11. And the reason for that is it's got a good aura for Feel No Pains, but a lot of the units you're going to be running are already got Feel No Pains in the Wraiths, the Catans, and the um, Reanimator. So his Feel No Pain isn't as important. What he is good at is resurrecting Scarabs. And by himself, when he's got the rerolls, he's actually a little bit more deadly. 822 melee with 5 attacks becomes I'm going to kill a couple of Marines. And his shooting, hitting on threes with rerolls means that he hits with a few more. So he's still a little bit tanky. He just moves slow. But I like him when I'm playing Scarabs. And yeah, I can see taking one to help protect your Arcs or your Doomstalkers. What do you think? You agree?
Yeah, I like it. I really do want to try the idea of running multiple
Six
spiders and
spiders, 18 scarabs. You should
yeah.
try it. It's so good. Stick a command barge in there as well.
I
And
just want to try it out. Just
do it. Do
just to
it.
feel something.
I've only got 4 or 5 spiders, so I haven't done the full 6 yet. But
I have 3 or 4.
I've done the 4 before, and that was fun.
All right, I think Orican. I think I own it. Okay, maybe, but I don't know. Like, I mean, you could probably make like a warrior version or an immortal version with the inborn instead. Obviously, I mean, he can get 4 rolls to hit with his combat once per game, so it's decent. It's just that are you going to take him over some of these other Cryptech options? Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think the worry. I don't think you're ever taking him with Immortals in this detachment, sadly, because Immortals always want the other Cryptex, and we'll go through them obviously
Yeah,
in
yeah,
a minute. And I don't think you're really playing with Warriors in this detachment. And if you were, then I also think they want different Cryptex because you're not playing them necessarily for the resilience. So
yeah. Like,
I think he's there. Yes, you can play him, but I just think the Cryptex are better in this.
he's cute. He's pretty cute. I think it'll be fun. You can make like a less durable than the awakened version of Warriors, but
But they don't get the reactive move. They don't get
they're
like
not rezzing as much.
no.
They're just re-rolling hits basically. That's it.
And they're not there for damage because they've only got 12-inch range guns. So
Yeah.
Although there was a list that in the Discord that we were talking about, and you had the other video, we came up with an Alpha Strike list which contained loads of warriors, loads of night scythes, and infiltrating. So you just literally dump your entire army of immortals and warriors from night scythes and the infiltrating ones right in front of the enemy, and just go crazy. And you run like 20 flayed ones as well. And you just try and kill everything to turn one, and then you've got like 60 warriors and 20 immortals and 3 night scythes stood in front of their base, and you have like Trazen and your home objective just to sticky it, and then you run off into another one. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking
Did you
hell.
get your power matrix online? It didn't quite work because I had over 1,000 points in reserves to start with, which was disappointing. So we shelved that one for a bit. But
Mm.
it would have been fun if you saw it on the table. But Orican didn't appear in that one either, so don't worry. Right, so shall we go on to Cryptothralls? I actually think these guys are auto take with at least one squad of Wraiths. At least one squad. Yes, they do slow them down, but you stick them on the Wraith squad that you infiltrate. They have to have a cull, and then obviously they're going to start shooting the Wraith squad. So if you want to move quickly after that, then you just kill Cryptothralls. Otherwise, you just keep them back with the Cryptek for cover.
Yeah, I agree. Just the cull factor alone is really good, and the extra 2 dice on the Passover mauls and stuff.
Yeah, and the extra wounds, because you want your race to survive. They don't recover quite as well as the warriors do in Awakened. So the
Mm.
fact that you've got an extra 6 wounds there, and they don't get the 4-up invul, unfortunately. But the 3-up save when you face like a lot of smaller arms that you want to take saves on, then you just put them on there. So,
Hmm.
but they do
Yeah.
get the feel no pain as well. 5-up feel no pain back in the good days.
My choice is going to be an Annihilation Barge,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to have. I don't know if to put it I own it or no power. It's like a cheap little vehicle,
Yes.
but
There,
is it
there is
doing anything?
there is a build that you can do which tries to overload your opponent with mortal wounds. So you run like 3 Plasmancers, you run 3 squads of Wraiths, you run Imotech, and then you run 3 Annihilation Barges, and you just try and chip away with mortal wounds.
Yeah, overload on 5-ups.
Hey, yeah, but when you kind of surround them with Wraiths, they kind of clump up together as well. So then you get a lot of 5-up rolls for each annihilation barge, and then you shoot 2 of them in there. That's a 50% chance of hitting each unit with D3 mortals. So
Yep, fair enough.
it it's a niche funny
It's
build.
going to have no power for
It's not
me.
going to have any power now, but it's funny.
What
Uh,
are you picking now?
let's go with Serraz because this is an interesting one. Because in this one he gets to reroll hits and he benefits the Scarabs, but he doesn't get back up, so he's not quite as good as
I
he
don't
is.
think he's an auto take, but he was definitely popular in the triple immortal,
Yeah,
triple plasmancer builds. For the extra AP when you were running them alongside acanthrites.
yeah.
But even though I knew acanthrites weren't exactly used for the extra AP, but it was good, and him just being like a cryptech was kind of helpful to buff his damage up, I guess. But
I still think he's over 9,000 because he's still a load up. He's still hard to kill, and a lot of people
I
started
don't
pushing.
think he's auto take though, which is
Mm,
the kind of what you want.
okay,
Like, I
maybe
think
he's
he's like at the top of up to
yeah,
11.
because people started taking him as like a
He's
cheaper
still
version of
good,
a Catan, right?
but that's back when he was like 125 as well,
Yeah,
whatever he was, when he was
but
dirt cheap.
you are tending to run in this detachment a lot more immortals or warriors. So
But it's not like usually it's like it depends on your build.
yeah.
That's what I mean. It's either like you go wraith heavy
Hmm.
or like few wraiths, lots of warriors and more stuff like
Well,
that.
I like 3 immortal squads of 5 and the Plasmancer running around,
Yeah, I do too.
but they're more to babysit the Plasmancer.
Alright, let's do Lichguard.
Okay.
Lichguard probably I own it okay. I mean, they're still alright for what they do, but they're
Yeah,
not getting anything from this detachment.
they're not, but they're still reasonably durable, I guess.
Yeah, they're a durable unit that if it was like the fact that if they could take Technomancers in the squad, then fucking A, get them in.
Like they could do, then yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean, and that would be really good. But yeah, they're just decent,
Yeah.
tough unit that you might want to take.
Okay.
for their points.
So Scarabs, I think they're up to 11 with the spider. I mean, they
I think
might
they're
even be.
bloody over 9,000. I think they're really good.
My hero Scarabs did 6 of them killed Rotigus once, so
Yeah, I think they're so. I
they
think they're
are.
just really good. You're running tons of Cryptex, which are obviously so they're
Yeah,
going to get OC from that,
yeah,
and then like lethals or rerolls, they can shred. I remember I used to take when Catan were popular for the mirror. I used to take squads of 6 of these because then
yeah,
you like blow one up and then you just attack with what is it, 30 attacks or some
yeah.
shit.
30 attack,
30 attacks
hit
with
on 5.
re-rolling. Yeah, like re-rolling. You're doing a lot of damage. You're doing like 6 or something wounds, and then they
Yeah,
can't really kill you back if they miss.
yeah. And
If
if
they
you're
miss
running
like a
spiders,
couple of hits, then they're fucked.
yeah, if you've got a reanimator and spiders nearby, like you
Yeah.
4 spiders, that's 4 bases back already. Because you can point 2 squads at the same unit. You can point one squad, get in range of the reanimator, do your reanimation, and then point the other spider squad once you've got in range of that. So you can
Yeah, they're pretty,
plan
and they're
it.
just good little screeners, action monkeys,
Yeah,
and they actually do pack a bit of a punch in this one, so they're not terrible.
I would put them above Wraiths, but that's just me. I love my scarabs.
I think they're below race because you take Wraiths. Like this isn't in order anyway at the
No,
moment, really, because
it's yeah.
it'd be more like this.
No, I think the reanimator's higher than that. Because I think even if you're not taking anything shooting to do any damage, the reanimator's still there for the
Yeah,
Wraiths.
but you're not like I would build a list and rather have Scarabs in than a Reanimator.
Okay, what's your pick?
My pick was the Scarabs.
No, that was my pick.
Was it? God, I just love them so much. Ophidians, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, next.
Traz's ball sack. I don't fucking. I don't. I keep saying ball sack. It's Dragon Balls.
Dragons.
Trazin's Dragon Balls. I just don't like them, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go into it.
Yeah.
I've already said my piece. They don't do it. They just don't do it for me. All right.
Every time I try and play them, they just, no. Okay,
They
so
just don't do it for me.
let's go with the Psychomancer. So I think they are now at this point up to 11. I don't think they're necessarily auto takes, but they are tricky with what they do. They don't get back up, but what they can do is run out after they've done some battle shocks and then go, "Ha! You want to kill me? I'll get +1 hit and wound against you for the rest of the game." So for 55 points, not too bad.
Yeah, we were wrong, guys. In our other tier lists, we were wrong. We've held our hands up, and they are good. We didn't see it. We didn't try it enough. Andy
Well,
didn't listen to me, and it's all his fault. And
well,
they are actually decent.
I mean, I'm going to be running them for the first time at a tournament this weekend. So
We
we are both running them. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we've both got 2. Andy thinks that I stole one of his that I ordered, but it's still literally not come. It's just not come.
Yeah.
I had to
It'll come in
eBay it.
2 weeks after it gets sent again. Anyway, next.
We'll go with Warriors.
Okay.
I
What do you
think
think?
I don't. I haven't personally tried Warriors in Canoptek Court. I don't think that they got. I don't think they've got the range, the mobility, or the durability to be good in Canoptek Court.
So,
But I've seen people run them with Plasmancers, but I'm just worried. Like, they don't have assault. You
no,
can't give them assault. How
no,
do they get in range to be
they,
efficient with the Plasmancers?
they don't. Or the only thing you can do is so they normally want to go with the Plasmancer, but if you run them with the Chronomancer and then one guy with the 24-inch range, you waddle 5, shoot 24, waddle 5 again, and that gets you in position for the following turn. But then you kind of want a Royal Warden because the fallback shoot is really strong, but you need an Overlord as well for the strats and for the
You just
yeah
they're an investment that I'm not willing to make. It's not you're not getting the most out of your points by
no
taking. The Warriors are good in Awakened and probably Awakened exclusively, except some niche builds of Hypercrypt because of the durability of them, not
yeah.
because of their damage output.
I mean the strat where you can reanimate when you get charged is going to come up more than any
Yeah,
other
but you have to be
strat.
wholly within your zone. So if you're not wholly within your zone, then
But
you're not,
they are going to help you control the
and
center.
you're only,
Well, we've already
it's
got
not
Wraith.
enough. It's not enough. One res is not enough.
You've already got Wraiths, haven't you?
Your
To
opponent
hold
can
the
like
center. So
shoot you as much as they want
you've got a Ghost Star
until
still.
yeah. Well, we'll fucking get in the bin. Ghost Dark.
You're still going to have a Ghost Dark. If you're taking Warriors, you want a Ghost Dark, right?
You probably do, but
And
it's not going to be great.
you're taking a Reanimator, but then it's, we've got Wraiths to hold the
You
primary in
just
this
play
situation.
Awakened at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Why fuck about?
Okay, so let's do Immortals. These guys are over 9,000. I think
They're pretty damn good.
the reroll hits on sustained or lethals is just
They're
thrown out.
probably like, I
And
don't know. I think they're like here.
no, this is their detachment. I think they're below Wraiths because I think Wraiths probably taken more than Immortals are. But personally, I
Immortals are
like
damn
going.
good in this.
This is the best
Um,
detachment, hands down for them.
yeah, the triple Psychomancer is tried and tested. Sorry,
Plasmancer,
Plasmancer
yeah,
is tried and tested. The mortal wounds, the crit fives, little units that all reroll to hit. Crit five or full rerolls to hit. You're getting a lot of hits for
yeah.
10 shots.
Well, you're averaging like 5 shots per guy.
Yeah.
So
And
you're
do you
getting
remember?
25 shots from 5 guys. Plus the Plasmancer's good. It's actually
Like,
pretty good.
imagine more Daka, but better. It's that kind of thing.
I mean, do you remember when they had the strat for
That's
Devil?
literally what I was going to say. Like, and if anybody that doesn't know and they've just started playing Necrons, when the book first came out, there was a stratagem which is still there, but it read instead of reading now of how you would get dev wounds on any Canoptek unit
No,
or
it's
Cryptek
Cryptothralls
model.
model, yeah.
It used to be Cryptek unit.
Or Canoptek.
So the immortals would count as a Cryptek unit because they'd gain the keyword,
Yeah,
and you would have this unit with a translord, auto advancing 6, shooting at 24 with crit 5, 4 rerolls to hit sustained. Oh my god! And then dev wounds as well with 4 rerolls to wound. You'd get
yeah.
an average of like 14 dev wounds.
When you include the Plasmancer, I also used to run mine with Imotech as well because then his flamer and staff were quite strong.
Yeah, so we might as well get
Um,
the Plasmancer
it,
out,
it
and
also
he
used to
goes
be
in.
one CP as well, but now it's 2. So now
Yeah,
you can use it on Wraiths, but that's about it.
it's never getting used.
No, but
Yeah,
it's
we'll put the Plasmancer there as well because we know
yeah,
where he's going. The
yeah,
mortals are really helpful to get you out of a jam. I
yeah,
found that sometimes if you've got 3 of them nearby, if your opponent tries to tag you, you just like triple zap them so you can
yeah, exactly.
shoot something else.
Exactly. Or I find they're really good at the end when you've shot most of your army and you've left like a couple of guys left on 2 wounds. Oh, that rhino's on 2 wounds. Well, then that's when you point the plasmancers at them to finish them off.
Yeah, just try
But
and get rid of him.
exactly. Or if you're between activations with big guns and you've got a model on 1 wound, where you just do your plasmancer then to kill that one model and then you carry on. So they
All
are
right,
good.
what's your next choice?
Let's go with Tomb Blades because I think they're actually not bad in this detachment. I mean, I own it. Okay, I think towards the top because you've already got battlefield presence, but these guys they do zip around quite quickly. So um, I think we see a couple of
They're just
lists.
actually they're just fast action monkeys.
Yeah, but they don't really gain anything from the detachment
They
either.
don't do damage. They don't.
No.
They're just fast. I think is 75 points too much for them? I
Yes,
don't know. Like
it is now.
70,
It starts shattered
65.
good.
They don't do anything.
No,
And they do actions, granted, but they die very quickly.
they do. Stealth doesn't help when they're 4 and 7.
No, I would rather they just kept the high save and
Yeah.
minus one to be hit. And
Okay,
then the 5 up inbound.
go.
Overlord of the Shroud. I think he's up to 11. I think he's good with uh, Immortals if you're running a big 10 man, which is still doable.
Hmm.
He just keeps them going, free strat.
There aren't that many free
He's
strats
still.
you want to use on Immortals, though, really.
Um,
You can't use load up, you can't use reactive move, you can use reanimation when they charge, but if what Immortals are getting charged, you kind of
yeah, uh, I've got Codex Release Brain on, but
yeah,
um, I think the auto advance is all right. But I
yeah,
mean, it's if you're running a 10 man, he's probably more I own it, I guess. If you're running a
yeah.
10 man,
I think so. You might run in with Lich Guard, I guess, because you want the
yeah,
movement with the Lich Guard.
that
But
was
let's go
yeah,
Tachyon Arrow. Now we do know somebody who loves these Tachyon Arrow overloads, but I think he's you've no power here. He's just awful.
Yeah, he's worse.
The Scythe Lord is better. I prefer him over the Translord because he -1 damage and some actual melee is pretty good.
It's all right in some circumstances for sure.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think next character will do Royal Warden. I
I
think
think
he's Ion it.
I think
I don't think he's
he
up to 11. He's not.
so Plasmancer Royal Warden, like you get a lot from sticking that Royal Warden in with those Immortals, actually.
But it's are you doing a 10-man or a 5-man?
Just a 5-man, like
And then,
for 40, 50 points now, sorry. Like his
but it's
gun
50, you know.
it's not too bad for 50 points, his gun. And the
But I wouldn't.
ability
It's just not buffing
no, but the ability
enough
to
for 50.
unbattle shock something is actually quite key, especially for the Wraiths, because they rely on their strats quite a lot. And the ability to fall back, shoot, and charge is also quite nice to have, especially if you get tagged because with the Immortals. I quite like him. I liked him more when he was 40 points and he was like the cost of 2 Immortals because his gun is better than 2 Immortals. But yeah, I can see him going there. That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's do Flayed ones. They're over 9,000 still. Best
Still
infiltrating,
good.
only infiltrating unit, but apart from the Wraiths of this attachment. But in combination with the Wraiths, I still think you've got some
They're
good.
just too good.
Yeah. Okay.
Triarch Stalker.
He's not doing anything, is he?
He's cheap, I guess. He can go with his buddy.
Yeah, but like we don't need him for a remove cover because we've got the strat to remove
Yeah,
cover.
it's the same as it's just the same category as this. I feel it's
Yeah,
just the same thing.
just filler if you want a
It
cheap.
just scouts and it's a cheap hull. That's it.
Okay, so let's
Got a
do
melter flamer.
command barge. I like it in up to 11.
I do too. I'm kind of in agreement. The res orb with the scat with the wraiths is not nothing.
No,
Extra OC on wraiths again, not
and,
nothing.
and scarabs.
Yeah, scarabs. So you can make scarabs OC2.
And
Like it's
the detachment really wants you to be holding objectives in your turn, and having extra OC makes a big difference there.
yeah. I think it's pretty solid. Like, and it's funny to think that scarabs can be battle shocked and still OC2.
Yeah,
So it's just
yeah.
yeah, it's just he's decent. Like he is decent if you have the points for him.
Especially now he's gone down in points. Now he's 120, it's a bit more
Yeah,
palatable than when he was 135.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Let's do single heavy. I
So
think. I mean, I'm struggling to fit it into the list. I like them. I do.
I
I'm
still
just
think
struggling to fit it in.
I find space for them because you know how much I like them. I like
Yeah,
the Gauss ones specifically. I don't think you need the Omnitics in this detachment,
I think
specifically
it's a
because you
Gauss
have
one. Yeah,
Immortals. That's an Omnitic picture, but I think the Gauss one can go there. Again,
it'll be the same. Yeah,
it's the same reason,
it's the unit. We
Yeah,
pick. It doesn't not. It's not. It's a single data sheet. So
I think
with the best version of the data sheet is.
the fact that they can do screening and shoot on the same turn, is
Yeah,
quite handy. 48-inch range is good,
they are good. They are good.
and you still want stuff that like big things that get into the wraiths. You want to be able to shoot them. Obviously, the Doomstalkers and the DDAs can. So,
Hmm.
let's go Chronomancer.
I think he's pretty good as well. Is he up to 11 or they're both pretty good?
I mean, if I'm going Immortals, I'm pretty much going
It's just
Plasmancers.
different styles.
It is,
Plasmancers, but
but then I did take one in my Awakened Dynasty list because I like the move shoot move on a big blob, but that's very cute. I would say he's the top of up to 11 because he's not quite as good as a
yeah,
Chronomancer,
he's pretty good.
but he's a very good option because -1 to hit and shooting and melee is really strong as well.
Yeah, he's pretty
So,
damn good.
and I can't blame anyone who takes
I'll go
Chronomancer.
with the Silent King, and I think he's probably just an Iona okay for this. Like Wraiths, the Wraith. Once you've gotten your package of Wraiths, but you don't need the rerolls.
Reroll
So
one's to wound and nice, but you can get that for an
yeah, but you
enhancement
just
on
don't
one
need it.
hit as well.
Yeah, like he's good as a guy, but he's not. You know, you've got your package of wraiths, doomstalkers, scarabs, immortals. Like that is most of your army.
Yeah, there's
you have to be cutting quite a lot of your important package. Like you've got mass durability with this, quite a bit of damage with that like middling damage, and then some anti tank, and you're like losing that
and you're not going
just
to
to
babysit
enemy.
your Doomstalkers with him because then he's 24-inch range. He's not doing anything.
Like I've
Um,
seen Siegler run, and I was trying it for a bit, like the Silent King with triple Doomstalker and um double Wraiths. I
I
think
think
he does like it,
if you're taking
but
DDAs and you're taking Catans, then I think you and other destroyers, then I think there might be a case for taking him because they don't get the rerolls. So maybe he's in up to 11 at the bottom because depending on the build that you take, if you take the build for just let's just do wraiths and then have everything else is just like Fade Ones, Doomsday Arcs, and then Gauss destroyers, then the king would fit in nicely there because the railway ones will make a difference.
yeah, I did win an RTT with pardon me, Canoptek Court with triple Doomstalker, the Silent King.
And if you're taking the vault as well, then
It
you
was
are.
two Catan, triple Doomstalker, and the Silent King, and one squad of Wraiths, maybe.
And there's also Scorpex. So Scorpex like the Silent King, and I think they're in at up to 11 as well with the Lords
Scorpex are just pretty good.
because they are our best melee unit realistically, apart from Catans. But like infantry wise, they're our best one. So I think people who take them in Captain there's no argument against it. Uh,
Yeah, but do you think it just goes in Ionic because it's like
yeah, but if you wanted a melee threat in this detachment that went through walls, you can't pick race because they're not really a threat. Scarabs don't go through walls, so
it's
your only
just
choice
fitting
is
it in? You've got
yeah.
your list. For me, tier one is like that's your list. Like that's the mostly what you're going to make your list out of, and then you like scatter it in with tier two, and then sometimes you might be like, okay, I'm going to do this because I need this,
Okay.
which is like tier three. That's my
I
thoughts.
mean, there isn't much difference between top of
Yeah,
that
that's what I
tier.
mean. It's not like super. It's
Okay.
not super different. Next one for you, if you
Uh,
want to do one.
Really nice scythe.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I think it's Ionic. I actually quite like it.
Oh
I
yeah,
know it's not used tech much, but being able to have another squad of wraiths early on in the middle of the board,
drop some wraiths out.
drop some wraiths out, and then potentially shoot them and get them back in is quite cool.
Yeah.
Or even,
Fire and fading wraiths.
Immortals. Again, Immortals are strong coming out of the Night Scythe turn one.
Yeah, I did try that with the malls and warriors, like getting them out, and then you can use if you got your re-rolls, that could be a way to deliver your 20 warriors with a plasmancer.
The 20 warriors out of a Night Scythe is difficult, but
It's
yeah,
definitely doable.
it is doable.
Uh, and then we'll go with death marks. I think they're in. I own it. They're just a cheap, deep
I,
striking unit. But
I think they're below.
do you think they're below?
Yeah.
Just because they come in and that's it.
I think they're below Praetorians because I'd rather have Praetorians than those guys.
Yeah, that's fair,
Yeah,
I
they don't.
guess.
They're a one and done unit, and it's Hexmark. I still think is up to 11. Yeah, I still want at least one in my lists. Maybe even over 9,000, but I have written quite a lot of lists. So we can uptake court without them.
Yeah, I'd probably just say he's a good choice.
It's a good choice. Yeah.
Um, the single destroyer, not the 6-man. We already know that we don't like the
The
six.
six man's already at the bottom. The single destroyer, I think, is still over 9,000 because you still want something cheap to hold your home
I think
objective.
scarabs are
Don't have any OC.
good. Well, they do in this one.
Well, they don't because how often are you keeping your cryptex on your home objective? I'm not.
Within 6 is close enough.
Uh,
And then the last lad,
the Lord
probably
is,
just.
yeah. I don't think you're ever taking the Lord in this detachment.
Yeah, I don't think you are either.
I don't think he's ever because you're not going to be investing enough in destroyers, and if you are at that point, go for a
There's
different.
no point. You're not getting anything for it.
So, are we surprised that the top two tiers is basically Catan's DDA's flayed ones, and then all the Cryptech units?
It's pretty much it, yeah. As
Yeah,
you'd expect for a Canoptek Court. We did call it.
yeah, exactly. And then all the other stuff is just like whatever. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
anything
that's
you want to
fine.
change on this? Or?
No, I don't think so. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It's understandable to see what we've seen, and said what we've said.
Yeah, like I say, it was probably the easiest one because most of the Cryptothralls Canoptek units are good in this attachment, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I think that's about it. This is a short one.
If you disagree with us, please let us know. We'll
Yeah, and
explain. I'll
why?
explain why you're wrong for disagreeing with us.
I'm not that rude. I'll listen to listen to what you said, except if it's about Ophidians. But
Yes, yes,
yeah, just let us know what you think. We've just got Annihilation Legion to do and
phalanx as well.
Phalanx, so we'll do one of them soon.
Yeah.
And probably Phalanx first. Depends if we get beat. If I get beaten by it on this weekend coming up.
Wait, haven't we done Annihilation now that we've both played
We've not done it.
RRT?
I mean, we
No,
already know what it's going to be. It's going to be
Corpex played ones.
Catan's
DDA.
A tier, DDA A tier, or
Yeah,
S tier, and then it's Scorpex S tier, Lords S tier,
yeah.
and then everything else is fucking D tier
No, the B tier
and
would be
played on.
the shooty ones, and then obviously the
Oh yeah,
six blob at the bottom as
no,
well.
Six Blob's actually A tier
No, six blob
in
is
this
not
one.
A tier.
It
Sorry,
is in
it's
this one. It
not.
is.
Okay, well we'll have that argument
We'll
next
have
time.
that argument, and you'll never hear the end of the video. All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Like and subscribe.
Yeah,
All
comment
that
as
good
well.
stuff. Comment. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't
Tell,
like.
tell your friends down at the library.
Yeah, but be quiet about it.
That's